How's it going, Tom?
Very good.
Thanks for calling us.
Hey, thank you.
This is Captain Tommy D. He's got a 1998 Oceanpro, and we're going to go through all the features of this 1998 Oceanpro. Tom is actually the second owner of this boat, so he's owned it for a long time. This boat hasn't been schlepped around, traded, sold, bought and sold here and there. It's owned by the same guy for about 10 years now. This actually is a little bit different, a little bit unusual, because Tom actually bought the boat from Jack, and Jack actually works for Boattential.com, and he actually built the boat.
Back in '98, a very good friend of mine was building these. It's actually, the mold originally came from a Seacraft, a 23 Seacraft, Potter built, if you'll know what that is. We popped out brand new molds. This particular boat was one of the first ones built. It actually came back to my house on a trailer before the deck and the cap was put on, so we could put backing plates on everything, all the rod holders, all the cleats, and things like that. So the boat was then put back together, or put together initially, and then it went to back to the place where it was being built. And Mike Lardini, who also a good friend of ours, now is one of the owners of Outboard Specialties. He actually did the rigging on the boat. So the boat was designed from the bottom up to be a perfect fishing machine, and you can see it is.
That's right, Jack. What Jack was saying is Outboard Specialties is one of the top outboard repower facilities in Pompano Beach, Florida, and throughout the nation. So they were the ones who actually outfitted this 23-foot Oceanpro. We're going to get on the boat now, and we're going to show you a little bit about this wonderful center console. Now we're here on the 1998 Oceanpro 23-foot, and just wanted to get a little bit of history out of the way. I brought Jack along, who actually was the previous owner of this boat. Very hard to find that in the history of a boat. So Jack, go ahead and tell us a little bit of history of this boat.
Having had some other boats and fishing in tournaments, it was actually built by three of us. The boat, we custom made the hull. It is originally a Seacraft type mold that was used, but it does have the integrated bracket, which Seacraft's had an open transom. This is a proven design over the years. This boat's 19 years old. In producing this boat, we thought about all the flaws that we had, fishing, diving, etc. on a boat, ease of handling, all that. The three of us had built this boat. We attacked all those issues up front as much as we could. The boat actually went over to my home after the mold was laid up. The cap, the deck, etc. We put all backing plates on everything. Every place a screw goes through, there's a backing place. Everything, every bit of wire was professionally done by Mike Lardini of Outboard Specialties. He's the owner of that now, one of the owners.
There's the history of the boat, and it has been obviously in the hands of one of the best and most popular outboard shops in America right now, and that's Outboard Specialties of Pompano Beach. #1 Suzuki repower store in America right now. This boat was actually worked on by. So this 1998 23-foot Oceanpro is actually powered by a 225 Honda 4-stroke. As you can see, it's got a stainless steel prop on it. It's gray in color. C-Star steering, and we'll move from the transom and we'll go up the boat. Two storage facilities here, one here on the starboard part of the boat and on the port side of the boat. And as you can see, just below those are your scuba tank holders, where you can strap those with a bungee cord. We're going to go up to the helm now, and Jack's going to talk a little bit about the features of this 23 Oceanpro.
All right, folks, now we're at the helm. First thing you can see, I got my hand on an aluminum steering wheel with a suicide knob. If you've never used this, this is the easiest thing in the world to steer the boat and dock it. This is one of the features that I mentioned. We looked at all the negatives on boats and addressed them. It has been repowered with the Honda. That, by the way, this is a 2010 Honda, and it has only 579 hours, and it is a 4-stroke, of course. Bennett trim tabs. They're made right here in Deerfield Beach. Reason we went with these, again, to address issues, the factory's up the street, real easy to take care of. Here's your ignition switch for the engine and your safety kill switch. Moving up here, running lights, stereo, waterproof switches for everything is right here. Fusion stereo with CD, TAC, your speed, all your information center. Probably the best upgrade that was ever done on this boat is the GPS Map 412. This is made by Garmin. This has taken over Raymarine, Furuno, Simrad, all of the manufacturers. Garmin is really the top of the line. This is a GPS It's a depth finder, and it can be a radar. Originally, this boat had Furuno radar, a 12-mile radar. We don't know what's wrong with it. It stopped working. Replaced it with this. You could have this fixed or get a new radar array up top. Going up here to the electronics box, Vhf radio, and this is hardwired to the batteries. The reason they do that, safety issues. You get your engine, something like that, it takes voltage, you're right to the battery. Light, cockpit light up here, very, very nice feature to have. The features on this boat, as I mentioned, we looked at different issues. We've got 19 Lee rod holders. They're the best, they're made in Miami. Ever an issue with them, you can talk to them, they'll replace them. They do not fail. Moving up here, hawse pipe. First feature of the boats, they had cleats above deck. You catch a line on it, catch your pants on it, whatever. Then hawse pipes, this was old feature from boats, and it goes down to your cleat, which is here, put your lines through. There's no obstruction on top of the deck. This again is backed. It's not gonna pull out, it's not gonna stress crack. Now, the newer boats, you'll notice, have the pop-up cleat, but this was the best feature at that time. Fuel input, handrail for safety, for moving around, rod holders all the way up. This is a rocket launcher that we had professionally made. Same gentleman that made the T-top and the leaning post built this for me. We used it for kite fishing. We used it for storage. Fabulous idea on the boat. You can lean up against it, fight a fish, it's great. This eye hook right here, this will lift the boat out of the water if you have a davit. Anchor rod for your anchor line so it doesn't get obstructed, stuck on anything. Move it all back around. Again, safety rails, hawse pipe. You'll notice a hawse pipe is also back in here. So you're diving on the boat, you want to get off. I've seen people get hung up on the cleat. It won't happen here.
Jack just told you all the features on the center console, all the electronics and different things, steering wheel, Bennett trim tabs, and what you're actually sitting on when you're controlling all those features on the boat is the leaning post here, which has a great storage area for different items right underneath the seat. It also has a removable leaning post. So if you're going fishing and you want to go ahead and leave this on the dock, you can leave this on the dock and you have an actual extra 2 rod holders, which makes this from a 19 rod holder boat to a 21 rod holder boat. So we'll slip that back in there. Underneath here, we actually have a place where you could put about a 30-gallon cooler, and you can strap it on either side with a bungee cord so it doesn't move around in those rough waters or while you're fishing. Now we're at the front of the center console. As you can see, it's got a big wide swinging door where you can access all of your electronics, all of your wiring. This houses your batteries. If you want to, you can also put a porta potty in here. So it's just a great area that you can go into easy, real big. It's not a small one. The small ones just don't work when you're trying to work on your electronics and trying to interchange out different electronics that may have failed. You also have your on-off switch here, your aluminum ladder to get in and out of the boat. So this is just another great feature of this Oceanpro that you have. And again, this wiring was done by Outboard Specialties of Pompano Beach, and it is absolutely impeccable, as you can see. And that's very important today because you don't want to be out there 20 miles offshore fishing and some electronic goes out on you and you have to dig through all kinds of a rat's nest of electronics. So that's the inside of the center console, and we'll move along to the T-top now. Up here on top of the canvas top, as you can see, this T-top is very well secured. It's not going anywhere. Made by F&S Fabrications, all aluminum. The canvas is not ripped up, it's not chopped up, and it has much life left. You got your pilot light up front here, navigational light, Sirius satellite radio antenna, and here are your Lee outrigger holders. This boat does come with Lee outriggers, and they're removable, obviously, as you can see. So that was the 1998 Oceanpro 23-foot. We just went ahead and showed you all the features of the boat. Now we're going to go out with Captain Tommy D, and he's going to pilot the boat and show you how she performs. Thanks for watching Boattential.com, and if you have a boat you want to list, you could be next.